Oops. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Look how cute.
Look! And there's different colors. Mommy.
Big spider. I know.
You got my other one.
Chicken jockey.
What Minecraft? Chicken shop.
No, no, no.
Number 6. This is 4 forks.
Just pull them all out. No, you just pull one. Okay. All right. Put them back in. Okay. Oh, where's the okay, pull the 8. Where's the stick?
How you can't get me? You can't get me. You can't get me. You swing. You don't have the legs. Your waist now. Sitting down. I'm sitting down by him. He's sitting down too. Let's go back to where
Which one is Gravedigger?
this one.
Where do you want me to put it? Which one is Megalodon?
It's this one.
Megalodon.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Happy birthday to you. Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Daddy. Yay! All right, now.
Okay, one more for Daddy.
Yeah.